Hey, this is Beverly Bozeman. I am the creator of About Her Ministry YouTube channel and the creator of the soon-to-be-released best-selling book, Diary of a First Lady, Shiloh Grammar. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Be sure and share this with your friends and your family. I have a very short message for you, and it's probably the one thing I didn't want to hear, let alone tell it to somebody, but it's facts. Whatever it is that we want to do, be, and have, we're going to have to fight for it. I know that's not what you want to hear, but it's just plain and simple. If God has called you to do something, or if it's something that's on your to-do list for life, and you really want to see it through, you want to obtain it, you want to help somebody else have it, especially if you want to help somebody else have it, you're going to have to fight for it. And I don't mean like in the spiritual sense that you're going to have to fight for it. That's a given. I mean, just like within ourselves, we're going to have to fight for it. So I'm just going to share 3 of what I consider the top weapons to be in this particular fight for what it is that you want to do, be, and have, right? So one of the first or the top weapons is our minds. We have to be in control of what it is that we think about. We don't really have a whole lot of control about what comes into our minds. It's because of what we watch and what we hear and the things from our past and whatnot. We don't have a whole lot of control about what comes in, but we have a lot of control about what we dwell on and what we let roll around inside of our heads, right? So what we remember at first, we don't have a lot of control over. There can be simple triggers that make us think about past relationships, past failures, past fears, past failures. And it is up to us to take whatever we can from that, leave the rest behind, and move forward. The problem comes when we sit and we rehash and we replay those bad times, even those good times that keep us in that old person, that keep us in that old mindset that won't allow us to move forward, because who you were will keep you from being who you're supposed to be if you let it. It's just like being who you are right now, thinking about who you were 10 years ago and then trying to be somebody else in the future. You can't do all of that at the same time. So another part of our mindset is that the things that we dwell on, the things that we imagine, those things are good in the sense of creativity, in the sense of preparing for the future, but we can also be paralyzed by fears of the future or successes from the past that will keep us too far back or push us too far forward to where we can't be productive enough today to benefit us on tomorrow. So we have to be in control of that. We won't even get into the imaginations of that deals with fear, afraid of what's going to happen. We got a lot going on right now, but guess what? There have always been a lot of things going on. There will always be a lot of things going on. So if you thinking about the things that make you fearful, the what ifs and the supposeds, those things will keep you in bondage. Those things will keep you from being who you're supposed to be, keep you from doing what you're supposed to do and have. That's going to toughen the fight. So you have to be in control of your mind as much as possible. You can't control what pops up. You can't control what from the past, what pops up and what comes in like at the present time, but you can control what you continue to think about. And then another weapon for that is our mouths. We have to be in control of what it is that we say to others and about others, to ourselves and about ourselves. Doesn't seem like a big deal, right? But it is. And I have been guilty of this for so long, and it finally, kind of made sense to me that if I sit around and talk about other people, it's not so much that other people will sit around and talk about me, because that can happen whether I said something about somebody or not. It's the negativity that comes out of my mouth that's being put out. So I'm speaking negative things. So I'm going to experience negative things. It's not even necessarily about the people that I'm spreading gossip about or spreading negative truth about. It's the fact that negative things are coming out of my mouth. And so I'm going to experience some negative things. And so we won't even get into the part about us speaking negative about ourselves. That is something that is habitual. We as a society, I believe as a whole, we talk down about ourselves. We talk down to ourselves, and we are quick to say things like, I'm just so crazy. I forgot all about it. I'm just so crazy. And I just do some of the most dumbest things. That was so stupid. And it's kind of like a badge of honor for some people. And look at this. I remember I started working at this place, right? And you would greet your coworkers in the morning. Good morning, how are you? And some people like, I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm all right. Another Monday. The typical. And I would say, I'm great. What? I want some of what she's drinking. And I was younger. And I was new. And it was a corporate environment. So not wanting to ruffle any feathers, I just, smiled and kept my mouth shut. But I was glad that I didn't say anything because it helped me to catch on to the vibe of the culture of the workplace. And putting themselves down and belittling themselves was the norm. It was accepted and it was expected. And when I came in with something different, it kind of ruffled some feathers. But I wasn't going to allow myself to put myself down just to fit in. And what I noticed was every time these people would say things about themselves, it would show up. So that was proof positive to me that I was on the right track. These people were making mistakes, and they were stupid mistakes. And they kept saying how dumb they were, how stupid they were for making those mistakes. So it was kind of like a cycle. And I have been of the mindset ever since my 20s that I'm going to have whatever I say. That's biblical. So that's my foundation right there. But seeing it in action, that's my proof. So in your fight to have whatever it is you're supposed to be, have and do whatever it is you're supposed to do, you're going to have to watch your mouth, what you say to and about other people, what you say to and about yourself. It's an ongoing process. You got to learn how to do it, be comfortable with it, forget who doesn't like it, and do it on a regular basis. And then the third thing is you have to be in control of your body. I am still working on that, and I can't really point a whole lot of fingers, but all I can do is encourage. And what I mean by that is think about when you felt your very best physically. You got a lot of stuff done. You had a lot of energy. You were able to go here and stay up longer, go there and do more because you had the right energy, because you were consuming the right foods, or at the very least, not consuming the bad stuff. So we have to be more conscious of what it is that we're consuming. And as we get older, especially, we have to be more physically active, and we have to determine what types of foods are good for our body. What's good for your neighbor might not necessarily be good for you. I'm not talking about the stuff out of bags and boxes that aren't fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about the man-made things. Those, to each his own. That's all I'm gonna say about that part. But my husband and I, we talk about how we prepare certain meals in our weight loss journey. He can have certain foods that are healthy, and he'll experience weight loss at a certain rate, right? I can consume those same foods, and it's just like, what happened? Popeye, the spinach didn't work for me. So you got to do your own investigation, and you got to figure out what foods will work for you. Consume them, get active, and you also have to Be conscious of the people that you have your body around. I ain't talking about just who you laying down with and all that stuff. That's a whole nother story. I'm talking about who you're in the presence of. Because if you're in the presence of people who don't really care for you, undercover, and you don't even know it, what do you think that their spirit is sending to your spirit? Or their energy is given to your energy? You know, it's like the back of two magnets repelling against each other. And you don't even know why you feel so uncomfortable with this person you've been knowing all your life, but something just ain't right. So when you're not in their presence, something has to happen to pick your energy back up, to get your spirit back right. So you got to be careful of the people that you hang around with. You got to get active, and you got to find the right foods for you to consume. And that's it. Those are the 3 tools that you need to fight with, because when you're trying to do, be, and have what it is that you're supposed to do, be, and have, or at the very least use to help somebody else, you're going to have to fight. And that is all to it. So that's about it. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Be sure and share this with your friends and your family. And the book is on pre-order. Go the book Diary of a First Lady. The best-selling book, Diary of a First Lady, Shiloh Grammar. You can find that on my website, BeverlyBozeman.com. It's up for pre-order, and there are some goodies that come along with the pre-order. And I really do appreciate you going to my website and checking it out. And as always, be sure to release your genius, pull off the impossible every day, and let's be glamorous, godly girls.